Good morning. Today I am going to reflect on my N410 project, which is reducing obesity in Broome County, New York. First, I'm going to talk to you about the feasibility of implementing this project. And I believe it's very feasible to implement. I laid the plan out in the binder, all the materials are there. The MOA is going to hand out a screening tool to assess physical activity to all clients when they take them to the room, and then the client is going to fill it out while waiting for the provider. And then the provider is going to assess where their physical activity level is at for those at a decreased physical activity level or those that are obese with a BMI of 30 or greater. They will receive the educational materials and they will get counseled on diet and exercise journaling. So the plan is simply laid out. It's easy to implement. As far as outcome evaluation, currently 38.9% of the clients in this population are obese. I gave them a year to get to a goal of 35%. And that will simply be evaluated by looking at the BMI of the clients a year from now and seeing what percent of the client population is obese. So it shouldn't be too hard to evaluate this goal either. As far as the adequacy of this project working, that really is going to depend on the willingness of the client to make a change. Obesity is a tough problem because it really requires a commitment on the client part to a lifestyle change. So really, this project is giving them the tools to lose weight and increase their health if that's what they choose to do. But if they don't have that willingness and don't want to implement this, ultimately it's not going to work. So I'm hoping that in this client population there are some that are willing to give it a shot, and I think that if they do follow it, it will work for them. um as far as the sustainability, the cost really is minimal. It really would just be, photocopying materials. I gave them all the materials there, and I believe, Melody is big on doing education and handouts, so I think that she's really willing to give this a shot. As far as the time, it really doesn't add much time at all to the visit, because the patient or client is going to be filling this out while they're waiting to see the provider. So it actually gives them something to do instead of just looking, at the wall. They have something to do, and then the provider is going to, incorporate this into the patient education that's already happening. So it shouldn't really add much additional time. Um, and as far as the role of the advanced practice nurse in community health, I really have learned a lot doing this, as opposed to the medical model where, it's just focusing on the systems. The great thing about the advanced practice nurse is that they look at how the cultural influences and the community influences. And I thought this project was really great, at showing me how, I need to be aware of those things, and incorporate those into my health teaching. So, as far as my lessons learned, I learned so much from Melody. I was really lucky to have such an experienced preceptor, and she really, even though she's doing women's health, she evaluates all the body systems. She really is very thorough, and I just want to incorporate that into my future practice as well. Um, and as far as just really assessing patients, taking the time, doing patient teaching. She really was a great role model, and a lot of what she does, I plan to incorporate. So I think that's it.